Hi everybody, how you guys doing? I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you guys are happy, healthy, and safe. Today is February 18th or 19th. I can't remember. It's a Friday, so happy Friday. I look a mess. I actually look like a mom now. This one is here. Say hi, Moo. I have my baby girl, January 24th, the day of my induction. But I was not induced. She came on her own. So my labor and delivery was amazing. I will do it again. It's just, if I did it again and if I had the money or the opportunity to, I would definitely hire a nanny with me. I would definitely have somebody else with me until she's about 3 to 4 months old. It's not easy. It's really not easy. Especially I'm a new mom. Yes, I have experience taking care of newborns in a hospital setting, not personally. Yes, I did have nieces and nephews, but I mean, not nieces and nephews, but like cousins, stuff like that. But it's different when it's your own. It's different when it's your child that you have to take care of. So she is almost 4 weeks old. Monday, she'll be 4 weeks. So I cannot believe it's been a month already since I've had her. I was due for my induction on January 24th at 7 p.m. But I started having contractions on, well, actually really Friday, the 21st. And then slowly it started progressing more and more. I contacted my doctor on Sunday, and she said, if it doesn't get, if it gets closer and closer, just go in. The worst case scenario is they're going to tell you to go home. Because I was already 1 centimeter dilated on that Wednesday. That Wednesday, my last OB appointment. So Saturday, my mom came in town. It was like my contractions were like every 20 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes. They were so erratic. They were not, sometimes they'll be every 15 minutes, every 10 minutes. And then I won't have another one for like an hour. And then I'll have another one back to back for like every 5 minutes. And then it won't be another one for like another 45 minutes. Because I was tracking every single one of them. And then she said, if it starts getting closer and closer, just go. But the only thing is there was a winter storm during that time. And we were scared that if we go, that we want to get sent back home. Because if we get sent back home, that's not going to be good. I don't want to be sent back home and it's a storm outside. But I was getting to the point where it was getting very uncomfortable. I was feeling a lot of pressure down there. And I was not happy. I was not happy at all. So we decided to go in. I had dilated 3 centimeters. We got there around 4. My doctor called and told the OB clinic that, labor and delivery, like around 1 o'clock, that I was on my way. But I decided to wait it out as long as I could. And my husband was like, okay, let's go now. It's 4 o'clock. Instead of waiting and it's going to get dark and it's going to get even worse. And by the time we left, the snow was getting slippery outside. So we just decided to go. I had repacked my hospital bag. Repacked. I will let you guys know what I used, and then on another day when I have some time, I will show you exactly what I used. So I had packed a luggage, the rolling luggage. I had packed one of those. I had packed his clothes, my clothes, baby girl clothes. And maybe like 30 minutes before we left, my husband was like, you do not need all of that stuff. Like, you are not going to use it. And I'm so glad he said that, because we didn't. I unpacked it, packed it in the original bag, my book bag, my Russell book bag. I took a pajama with me. It has the top and the bottom. I wore the same clothes I wore to the hospital, back home. If anything had happened to it, my husband could have gone home and got me a changing outfit, but nothing happened. So I didn't need a separate going home outfit. I was going to take a robe with me, but I forgot to wash it. Plus, I don't really wear robes. Right now, I am wearing a robe because it has a deeper pocket, and I need those pockets, especially when I go upstairs for bedtime with my baby girl. I have my bottles and whatever else I need, my water for myself, whatever. I use those pockets to put everything in so I can hold her and go up the steps. That's the only reason why I'm really wearing a robe. I probably need to get another one that's not so warm. This one gets so warm, so hot, especially for when the weather starts to break. What you doing, mommy? Say hi, guys. Yeah. So when the weather starts to break, I need to get a better robe. Oh, okay, mamas. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I probably need to get a better robe when the weather breaks. But I did not take that with me because I didn't have enough room. I did. Did I take a towel? Yes, I did take a towel. I took a washcloth. I took my own body wash, toothbrush and toothpaste, mouthwash. It did have deodorant, nipple cream. What else did I take? And I did take diapers, the adult diapers. I did not take. The only thing for her I took was 2 changing outfits. Honestly, she only was put into 1 changing outfit, which is the outfit she wore to go home in. And the outfit she wore to go home is the one my husband picked out. He picked out a Nike jumpsuit, and she had her Jordan 11s, and I've put the shoes away. I'm going to put actually the whole outfit away where she's not going to repeat that anymore. That's her outfit she wore to come home in. I'm not going to have her to wear that again. That's something that's going to be a keepsake for her. So that's going to be put away. So he chose that, and he bought that for her. So I honored it by letting her wear that. We did not have the hat that I was looking for. So she had like a pink flower. I know. Okay, she had like a pink flowery hat, so at least people know that she was a girl, not a boy, because she was dressed like a boy. But yeah, so labor and delivery was great. Labor and delivery was great. Painful, not long at all, really not long at all. I got to the hospital like around 3:30, 4 o'clock. I gave birth at 6:21 in the morning. So that let's say 4 to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 14 hours. And that went by pretty fast. When we got there at 4, the first hour is them talking to you, checking you, and all that kind of stuff. So by 6 o'clock, they had said they want to keep me because I was dilated 3 centimeters. Usually, they do not keep you at 3 centimeters. They'll send you back home. They at least want you to be above 5. But I was so uncomfortable. My doctor had called and said that she wants me to be admitted anyway. If she had not called, I think they would have sent me home. And plus, the weather was getting pretty bad outside. So they probably like, no, let's just keep her because... And plus, I was due for my induction the next day. So I had a lot of things pushing towards me for me to stay. So they made a decision for me to stay. I had to get COVID tested again. No, I did not have to get COVID testing again because I already had COVID while I was on my 3rd trimester. So I didn't have to get tested again. By the time I got into my delivery room, it was like 6, between 6 and 6:30, between 6 and 7. They started me out with IV, some did I have antibiotics? No, IV, and they also said they're going to start me with a Pitocin, like an hour or so after I start once everything started. They said within an hour, if my contractions don't progress, they're going to put me on Pitocin. So between 8 and 9, they put me on Pitocin. That started up my contractions pretty well, but my wire has not broken yet. So they kept on monitoring me. They noticed that my heart rate, my blood pressure was dropping, and my baby's heart rate was dropping. So they're like, okay, we need to step in and help you out. So I asked him for pain medicine. They gave me this pain medicine. They said it's going to help me sleep, which I needed my rest. And so baby can get rest as well, so she won't be so distressed. So they gave me this medicine to help me get relaxed. They said that the most I'll sleep is 2 hours, but I ended up sleeping more than that, slept like 4 or 5 hours. Did not sleep through it. Did not sleep through the contraction. I felt every bit of the contraction. It was pain to help me relax. They're like, you're going to feel the contractions, but they're not going to be like 100% painful. They might be like 75% painful, but you still feel them. So, which was true, but I was out for like 5 hours. So that's like around 8 to 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Yeah, like around 1 o'clock. I told them, I said, the contractions are getting stronger, and they said they're going to check me. I was at 6 centimeters dilated. But then they were saying that they were having a hard time really looking at the contractions on the monitor screen, and the baby's heart rate, like I said, was dropping. So they ended up putting a monitor inside to check my contractions, as well as a monitor to keep track of her heart rate. They did that. While they were doing that, they said they're going to break my water, which I thought they were going to use the stick, but they did not have to use the stick. While she was checking me to see how far I was, my water broke. But while they were doing that, but before they did that, I'm sorry, I skipped a thing. They gave me an epidural. I couldn't take the pain anymore, so they gave me an epidural, broke my water, and all that kind of stuff after that. So around 2 or 3, the contractions were getting a lot stronger. Very, very strong. And they checked, they're like, no, you're still at 6 centimeters. If things don't progress, then, we'll go from there. So if they came back like around 3-4 hours later, this is like around 5:45 in the morning. The nurse said she's going to put me in this one position. Her and the doctor were talking, and actually the doctor was asking the nurse what she should do, because the nurse been there for like 30 years and labor and delivery, so she knows exactly what to do. So she had her asked her, she's like, I'm going to put her in this birthing position, and which will bring her contractions up fast enough, as well as her contraction, as well as okay baby, okay bring her contraction, as well as mommies, I know, almost done. Bring her contraction, I think she might have boo-booed. Bring her contraction, and as well as hopefully to help her dilate. So she put me in this birthing position, and I'm not lying to you, within 2 to 3 minutes, I was like, oh my God, there's so much pressure. Like, I need to poop right now. Like, I need to push. I need to push. So they're like, do you want us to check you? I said, yes, please check. Because if I had not said anything, I think the baby would have just came out. So they checked. They're like, oh my God, you're 10 centimeters. Because right before they put me in that position, I was at 6 centimeters dilated. Because they checked me before they put me in that position. She's like, I don't understand how you went from 6 to 10 within that few minutes. So they're like, let's do practice contraction. It was just me, one OB, and the nurse, and my husband as well. My mom stepped out. She said she's not going to sit and watch me deliver. She can't handle that. So okay baby. So I pushed once, and the head was coming out, and then they called everybody else and got everyone in the room. We did 3 sets of 10, 3 pushes, sets of you push 10 times 3 sets. Did that. Baby came out. Baby came out at 6:21 a.m. She was 6 pounds 1 ounce, 18 inches long. Actually, my induction was scheduled that same morning, the 24th of January, at 7 o'clock in the morning. So this was considered as spontaneous delivery. instead of an induction delivery, which was so much better for me. Um, so yeah, she's a healthy little girl. I still can't believe I went through labor and delivery as well. I can't believe that I have this bundle of joy in my arms. Now she is almost 4 weeks old, and she, right now she's doing a lot of grunting and pushing, and she feels uncomfortable because her gut is developing, and they said that within a few more weeks she'll get out of this stage where she's all looking uncomfortable and stuff. She is gaining weight right now. Well, as of last week, as of last Thursday, I think, or Friday, she was. What's the matter? She was 7 pounds 9 ounces, so she gained 1 pound and 8 ounces, and now she's 19 inches instead of 18 inches. So this Tuesday she has her 1 month checkup, which she's going to get injections, which I'm not so happy about. But she will be. We'll see how much she weighs. She did get tested to see if she had jaundice, which was no, she does not have jaundice. She also got tested. Every child gets tested for sickle cell anemia, and then I got a letter from sickle cell anemia saying that she needs to get retested, all that kind of stuff. And I broke down. And I said I broke down. Like that was, I thought she had sickle cell anemia, and I mean it's not the end of the world. It's not, but I have seen people with sickle cell anemia, what they go through when they're older. And I just had a flash in my head that my daughter's going to go through that. And I was just so scared for her, so sad for her. But she does not have sickle cell anemia. She has a trait of sickle cell. She's a carrier, which I don't understand because I'm not a carrier. Neither my husband is a carrier. I don't know if it was a mutation that happened, but she is a carrier. So when she gets old enough, she gets married, and hopefully her spouse will not have the trait of sickle cell anemia, or will not have sickle cell anemia, because then her children will have sickle cell anemia. But I'm just glad that we had that testing done. She will get tested again just to make sure it's not like a fluke or anything like that. But otherwise she's doing really great. So when it comes to the stuff that I took for labor and delivery, like my hospital stay, I had packed a roll bag, like luggage, but I unpacked that and unpacked just like a regular book bag. I took a towel, a washcloth, like body wash, lotion, deodorant, a shower cap. I took nipple cream. I took pads, and no, I didn't take pads. I took the diapers for myself, and and a set of pajamas for me, and a set of pajamas for my husband, and socks, hospital pressure stocking socks, because I don't want any swelling to happen, and snacks. We had a nice bag full of snacks, which came in handy. But yeah, so we had ate before we left for labor and delivery. I forgot to mention that we ate before we left, so I was good. And then also had like 2 or 3 popsicles at the hospital before I gave birth, so I was fine. But when the postpartum room, I was able to take a shower once I got in there. The bathroom was just horrendous. It was so tiny. But I was able to take a shower. I used their mesh underwear to be transported from labor and delivery to postpartum. But once I was transferred to postpartum, after I took a shower, then I put on my disposable diapers. I put those on, which was so much more comfortable. So I recommend that so much more. So much more comfortable. Sometimes I did have to like put the pad in there as well because I was bleeding a little bit heavier, but the heavy bleeding only lasted for a day, and then the next day the heavy bleeding was just barely there. I'm no longer bleeding. I might have like, when I wipe I might see something once in a while, but not really. I had 1 stitch, so I had to be careful. I used my Peri bottle for the first 2 weeks. Then after that, my stitch had dissolved and I was able to wash up regularly. I did get the tucks, the circle pads with the witch hazel. I used that on my pad one time, and that was it. I felt a little uncomfortable and a little bit burning, and I put that on there and soothed it. It was fine. After that, I didn't have to use it. I used my Peri-Ma foaming thing for pain. I used that once, and I had to use it again. I do have the spray. I did not have to use that at all. So for the Tux pad, I actually put that on my nipples because my nipples were hurting and they were burning. So I put that on there and it soothed it and cooled it down. And I made sure I took a really good shower and washed all that off because I don't want my daughter to get poisoned from putting that in her mouth. And yeah, so by the time we got home, my emotions were everywhere. I ended up actually having a mental breakdown. I felt like I had a mental breakdown. I cried all night. It was such a hard night. The day I was tired. We had people over in the house. They didn't leave until late, and I was way overwhelmed. I should have not left the hospital that night. I should have stayed one more night, but I just wanted to be home. I was just way overwhelmed, and I cried all night. My eyes looked like I was punched in the face. They were so swollen, like they were almost swollen shut. I went ahead and used the witch hazel tux pads and put them on my eye and laid back, and I handed the baby to my husband and I said, I can't right now. She's fed. I handed it to him. I gave him 2 bottles and I said, I have to lay down. I have to sleep because I really haven't slept since that Saturday. So he was begging me to sleep. Like he was like, please sleep, like you need your rest. So I laid on the couch and I tried my best to sleep. I did end up sleeping for like about 4 hours. I woke up feeling so much better. My eyes were no longer swollen because of those Tux pads. They really helped depuff the swelling. I actually ended up like putting it like around my face. Like my face was puffed up because I was just so emotional. My hormones were everywhere. Like I could not understand why I was feeling this way. I was feeling guilt. I was feeling like I wasn't a good mom for some reason. I felt like I couldn't trust anyone, like nobody. I felt like I couldn't trust nobody. I did not feel like I couldn't trust myself or anything. I just felt like I could not leave her alone with anyone. It didn't matter who it was. But I quickly realized this is my hormones. This is expected of this to happen. And I just need to acknowledge it's my hormones. That I need to acknowledge that it is okay that you're feeling this way. And then for me to hand over my baby to her dad and say, please take her for right now. And he did, and he took over. He didn't sleep, he stayed up. Well, he lay down with her, but he stayed up and he took care of her. By the time I got up, I felt much better. I was still very emotional, but I felt much better. Now I feel great. I feel good. She's sleeping a little bit longer throughout the night. So that's going to perfect direction, especially after doing a nice warm bath. She's knocked out. She does not like being swaddled the traditional swaddled way unless I just gave her like a really nice warm bath and a warm milk, and then she'll let me swaddle her and she'll sleep for like 4 hours, at least 3 to 4 hours, especially if it's formula. But other times she does not like being swaddled, so it might take a little bit longer for her to actually fall asleep. I did order another swaddle where they can have their arms up, so that's going to come in tomorrow from Amazon. And hopefully that will work better. But other than that, labor and delivery was amazing. She was 6 pounds 1 ounce, 18 inches long, born on the 24th of January at 6:21 in the morning. My induction was scheduled January 24th at 7 a.m. in the morning. So She came spontaneously on her own. I could not be any happier. Um, Motherhood is a blessing. At the same time, it's hard, but it's a blessing. I would do this again, but I would definitely wait. I don't think I would want to do two under two. That's a lot. And I only have 6 weeks off. And if I was in Canada, I would get a year and 3 months off. But I get 6 weeks off. I go back to work on March 24th. But I'll be working from home for, I don't know for how long, but I'll be working from home. It'll be great. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. On another video, I will try to do a better one for you to show you exactly what I use and all that kind of stuff, and what I'm using currently, what my faves are, if I'm doing just what I'm doing basically. But until then, say bye bye, Gigi. Oh yeah, her name is Regina. Her middle name is Zodi. Say bye. Nice to meet you. They heard all about you. Yeah, but I do look a mess. My hair is a mess. I have breast milk stain all on my shirt. I've been pooed on, well, not pooed on, but had poo on my hand. I've been peed on, threw up on, and you know what? It's okay. The one thing I have to say is please acknowledge the feelings that you are having. And if these feelings are getting to the point where you think that they are going to impact your life in a negative way, please make sure you get help. I do see a psychologist on a monthly basis with a video chat, and I also will be seeing a psychiatrist as well for other things that been going on in my life. But you don't want I had the baby blues for 2 days, but baby blues is gone. But you don't want to have postpartum depression. Postpartum depression can come at any time. It does not mean right after birth. So if you are feeling down, if you're feeling tired, not just tired because you've been up tired, but like tired of going through what you're going through, or feel like you don't have anyone near you or on your side, please make sure you reach out and get some help. It's really, really important for your health and your child's health. So that is all I have for you guys. I need to clean up. My house is a mess. When my mom was here, my house was clean, but now my mom's gone, grandma's gone. It's back to being a mess. But anyways, thank you for watching, and please make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you guys soon.